Yo, Henry here, the Average Use Slow-Pitch. Today we're bringing a brand new Onyx for you. This is the keeper of the piece. Blue line kind of specialty there, you see. So shout out to Ryan Vega over there at Onyx for sending this over. Didn't actually know it was coming. I know I saw backflips, John swing this thing recently. Looked pretty nice, and then next thing I know, shows up on the porch. So this one's a 26 ounce. I do believe it's a 13-inch barrel. I don't have the actual specs on it yet. It's not posted online just yet. And I obviously waited too long to shoot Ryan a message. Messaged him on the way over here. I hadn't heard back from him just yet, but feels like a half-ounce unload. If anything changes from the 13 half-ounce, I believe it is, I'll post that in the kind of pin in the comments, or you'll see that obviously in the description of this video as well. I'll put kind of the specs of the bat. But either way, we're going to go ahead, see where it's testing at now. If it's starting
70
more like
miles per hour.
And you've been at this field, you know we've got the cell tower that we get interference every now and then. But if it's testing lower than 260, so it's more like that momentum type platform that's game ready, we'll go about 50-ish swings, some 52s, pro-Ms, call it good. If it's more than that, 275 plus, then we'll go with the normal kind of 100 plus. But either way, let's get some swings. It's a little later in the day. We want to let it cool down. But of course, now the wind's kicking up a little bit. Hopefully the windsock will keep that from messing with the audio too much. But let's go ahead with some 52s, pro-Ms, come back, final impression, final thoughts. All right, let's go ahead and see where our Onyx keeper the piece starts at. I'm not sure exactly the tech on this one. This isn't posted online yet. I know they were using them for a tournament this weekend, but I'm guessing it's about the, yeah, so it looks like to be pretty much the game ready tech that we saw on kind of like the momentum, if I'm not mistaken. So right around that 250, slightly higher than 250 range. I'm guessing it's gonna be pretty much game ready. If that's the case, like we do with most bats to start sub 260, we're gonna go about 50 swings at most, mix of 52s in the beginning, followed by pro-Ms, and then we will come back with final impression, final thoughts. All right, and from the time that I recorded kind of the intro and the compression piece, 13.5-inch barrel, it is half-ounce unloaded. So 13.5, not 13, but half-ounce unload. Starting nice, game ready. We'll get about 25, 30, 52 swings between all of us, and then 25 to 30, 52s, ends right around that, or sorry, pro-Ms, which gets us right around that 50, 60 swing mark since it started a little bit lower compression, kind of game ready.
90 miles per hour.
Okay, good start.
89 miles per hour.
There you go.
Ooh, that 52 came off
There's
nice.
one right there.
98 miles per hour.
Yeah, for a lower compression bat being right at that 250, 255 mark, it feels real good with the 52s, doesn't feel soft, and they're coming off great. Normally we see the lower compression bats be really ready for pro-Ms, a little softer, not great 52s, but nice to see this one performing great with the 52s.
91 miles per hour.
All right, on a
96 miles per hour.
And I think I caught that one just a little low too. So far with the 52s, at least it's forgiving. And it's got a really good sound for 52s too.
85 miles per hour.
All right.
93 miles per hour.
Dude, a line drive into the rock quarry. That ball came off great. Yeah, feels great with these things.
85 miles per hour.
yeah, man. Again, I like this bat cutting through the zone, man. It feels real good.
97 miles per hour.
Yeah, we don't need any more 52 swings.
All right, here we go.
Performs great with it. You kind of seen everyone put the 52s on there. Like I mentioned, even for being a lower compression bat, performing great as far as that goes. Let's hop over to the pro-Ms, kind of see what we got real quick.
All the time.
95 miles per hour.
Nice little one hop to the fence in the gap.
90 miles per hour.
Straight 9.
96 miles per hour.
Super forgiving. I mean, what you
Yeah.
expect with the lower compression.
All right.
91 miles per hour.
Woo!
97 miles per hour.
There's a rock quarry ball all day.
Oh man, 97 elevated way into the rock quarry. That's every bit of the sweet spot there.
90 miles per hour.
Little reach action.
Yeah, still go.
Just
Still go.
gone to the deepest part of this field. That little, I don't know if they can see on the camera, that little slit in the fence in left center is the deepest point in this field. And I've got to say, it probably wasn't even a great swing. I went over there and reached for it.
92 miles per hour.
Yeah.
It's got a real good sound.
Yeah.
98 miles per hour.
Yep.
Jeez. Yeah, we're only gonna put a few more. We mentioned it started lower compression. Doesn't need the swings, but the ball's absolutely flying off this thing. Good feedback, good sound. Really nothing not to like so far.
91 miles per hour. 98 miles per hour.
Yeah, and again, I don't have the specs and I post online, but it does feel like a stiffer handle. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of flex in it, which I really like. So probably kind of that semi-stiff on par with kind of like the Louisville's.
99 miles per hour.
There's one.
Last one.
87 miles per hour.
Yeah, no, man, this bat's, again, guys, keepers of the piece feels real good. Easy to control through the zone, easy to move with the hands, and a lot of forgiveness, man. This is a good bat. I like it.
105 miles
There
per
it is.
hour.
Well, there's our sweet spot and definitely one we're gonna end on. But either way, great feel, great sound, super forgiving. I think the no kidding sweet spot itself, if there's one downside, might be a little small for being at 250 compression. That was it we saw there on the end. But with how well the ball came off of it, how the ball was flying, it doesn't matter. I mean, we had 99 elevated, 97 elevated. You've seen Junior, Keith, both easily in the 90s. So either way, let's go ahead and throw in the tester real quick and then a real quick final thoughts. All right, we're swings complete here on the Onyx, keeper of the piece. Again, 13.5-inch barrel, half-ounce end load. All in all, felt really good. We put 60 to 70 swings, what we end up being at, with 30 being 52s, the rest Pro-Ms. All the balls performed pretty well. Again, this started relatively game ready right at that 250 mark. Interested to see where it finishes at. Hopefully it holds pretty well. Yeah, and almost no movement. So at that point, right at 250 still right now, we did let it sit for a little bit. Not super, super hot today. I'll talk about it more in the final thoughts. All right, and we're swings complete here with the Onyx, keeper of the piece. Again, 13.5-inch barrel, half-ounce end load. To me, felt like kind of a semi-stiff handle. Real good feel overall. So you can kind of see we're kind of running out of light here a little bit. This field, unfortunately, doesn't have lights, but shout out to Coach Lara out here for letting us use this field on kind of a regular basis when we need it, when we can't get Apodaca that has our lights. But either way with this one, as you saw with kind of everybody, the 52s, which this is probably the most surprising part for me for a bat to start 250, really flew off the barrel good. It felt like some of our closer to 275, 300 type compression USSSA bats as far as performance of the 52s. Super forgiving, ball came off good, carried real well as well, not just kind of the speed side of it, and very forgiving. Even if you caught it lower high, yeah, it's a longer barrel, you want to see the forgiveness with them, but you didn't get sting on the hands, anything like that, especially with it being kind of a semi-stiff, in my mind, type handle, similar to like Louisville, is probably what I'd compare it to. Then we jumped over to the Pro-Ms, and I think you heard me kind of right there at the end talk about it. I don't really have any negatives. If I had one, maybe a little bit of a takeaway is the sweet spot itself, the no kidding spot, felt maybe a little small. That last swing, saw the ball come off really well. I think it was like 104, 105. That to me was the no kidding sweet spot, and that was one of the few swings I had that felt that way. So I think with the longer barrel, you've got all that forgiveness, all that barrel that you've got to, one, BP it a little bit. I do mostly 52s. Again, it felt game ready from the start, and with it being at 250 kind of starting, yes, it held near that 70 swing mark, but I wouldn't waste Pro-M swings in BP, but BP a little bit, get comfortable with it, and really focus on squaring up the barrel. Now, the nice part is, even if you're out there, let's say using for league tournaments, whatever it is, you don't get a lot of time for BP. This is a great bat for somebody who maybe you don't get, well, it's a great bat for anybody, but a real good bat for somebody who maybe doesn't get a lot of BP time. You want something you can go out there with, and on those days where your swing's a little off, you're catching a little high, a little low, you're gonna get performance, and you're gonna see that with this. You heard Junior talk about it, easy through the zone. You saw Keith, good contact, good consistency kind of for everybody. Either way, a good product from Onyx. Probably one of my kind of favorites, or one of the ones of their line that I've liked the most so far. Now, they have a lot of good bats out there, but this one kind of seemed to kind of piece it all together, at least in my mind, as far as both types of balls, performance mixed with the forgiveness, and then obviously kind of holding compression, not needing a lot of break-in time. So either way, from my understanding, this will be going onto Onyx's website here in the very near future. They used it in a tournament this past weekend, and then the remaining stock is what you're going to see online. So if you want to pick one of these up, head over to Onyx Softball. You can use code ADS over there. That'll get you with a discount on this one. And if they end up carrying it over at Elite Sports, because I know they do kind of mix their inventory between the two, it's also code ADS as well. But either way, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully kind of help you decide if you want to pick one of these up, pick something else up. If you're somebody who uses 52s with USSSA balls or with USSSA bats, get an idea of how this one performs. But either way, good product from Onyx. Thanks again to Ryan Dega for sending this over, letting us try it out. And shout out to John Barthel with Bat Flip. I know I don't know if he did the full design, but I know he had a good hand in helping kind of design this one. It turned out real good on this one as well. So either way, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel. Have a good night.